and welcome to my third episode of Thursday's Thoughts. This week, I'm going to talk about the fat acceptance movement and why I disagree with it. Now, I'm obese, so this is not coming from someone who's never been fat. I've been overweight since high school, and then I just started getting bigger and bigger as I got older, and now I am where I am. The first reason I don't agree is that a lot of the people in the fat acceptance movement are not inclusive of everyone. They're very, if you're not big enough, then you don't count. Even though I'm obese, I would probably not be considered a part of that movement to them because of this, which I find ridiculous because they have all these levels of fatness. And it's like, look, if you're obese, you're obese. That has nothing, it doesn't matter what level of fatness you are, but for whatever reason, they think it does. Another reason is that the fat acceptance movement, everyone in there thinks that the world has to accommodate them. That if you're 400, 500, 600 pounds, then things should be done, such as chairs should be bigger and rides should accommodate you and whatever. And it's like, you have to be very realistic that that's not going to happen. Things are created for the medium between, too big and too small. And if someone is 90 pounds, they may have trouble fitting in certain things too, and there may be things they can't do because they're tiny. And it's unfortunate, but the world is like that. Now, I understand it when it's someone who has physical issues, such as, you're born as a little person, or whatever the case may be, you're born without limbs. Of course, that, is understandable that the world should try their best to accommodate you. But when you have issues because you're morbidly obese, I don't really see the reason for them to do that, and I don't expect that. If I can't fit on a chair, then I can't fit on a chair. I figure out where else to sit. But it's just unrealistic to expect that from the world. So it can be a big thing with the fat acceptance movement that if someone decides to get their health in order and they start to lose weight, that they can get shamed. Tess Holliday actually did that to one of her followers on Twitter, I believe. She had posted before and after photos, and Tess went off on her, telling her that she was fat phobic and how dare she, do that, and that it was triggering. We shouldn't be expected to have to cater to whatever triggers you. If being thinner triggers you, then you obviously have an issue with your own weight. Because anyone who's confident and comfortable in their self doesn't give a crap what everyone else does. I like those before and afters. I feel like that's amazing that they did the hard work and it paid off for them and that they're where they want to be. And I don't think anyone has the right to dictate for them what they need to do. Another reason is I believe that this idea of celebrating obesity sets an unhealthy standard for everyone. That it's okay to be 400, 500 pounds with no issues. That it's okay if you have certain complications because, being fat is an amazing thing that should be celebrated. Also, it's detrimental to your health because a lot of people in the fat positivity movement refuse to seek any kind of medical treatment, even something as simple as just going to the doctor for a checkup, because number one, they don't want to get weighed because they feel like that's somehow against them to weigh themselves. And number two, a lot of doctors will tell them, look, you're unhealthy because of your weight, and they don't want to hear it. They feel like they're being, bullied in some way. And more than likely, if the doctor's telling you, yeah, you're unhealthy because of your weight, they're telling you the truth. But they tend to not want to listen, and then, wonder why, as time goes by, that they're deteriorating, and of course they'll blame anything else other than the fact that they're obese. On the topic of blaming, that's one of the other reasons, is that a lot of people who are morbidly obese and, are celebrating it, they're blaming everyone else for the fact that they're overweight. Oh, my friend or my family member is the one that brings me the food. I don't bring myself the food. Or, what? Oh, the doctors, they are against me and they want to say blah, blah, blah. Or the media's against me or they want to say blah, blah, blah. Or people are fat phobic because they say this or they say that. And it's like, no, that's not true. You are just coming up with excuses why you're that way instead of looking into yourself and saying, no, I'm choosing to eat unhealthy. I'm choosing to not be active. These are my life choices, and I am the reason that I am obese. No one else. A lot of the time, people in the fat acceptance movement won't take any kind of criticism or advice from anyone. They feel like they're lying to them or that they have ulterior motives for telling them these things. And even when you're using sound reasoning, they're in such denial that they can't hear what you're saying. And that's really sad because it's like, especially if it's someone you love, you're trying to tell them you're unhealthy. I don't want you to be that way. But all they hear is you bullying them. I mean, that's it. They always play the victim. And God forbid you try to care about them enough to tell them, look, I love you and I want you to live a long time. But that's not going to happen if you stay the way that you are. And it's not just the fat acceptance movement that does this. Anyone with an addiction is like that. Alcoholics, drugs, whatever that may be. They don't listen to reason because the addiction has a hold of them. Now, I believe that a lot of the time, people will use the fat acceptance movement as an excuse to not try. I know I touched on that a little bit earlier, but basically, it's too hard to lose weight and change your diet, to start exercising, and all the things that you need to do to lose weight. So it's easier to just say, you know what? I'm obese and I'm going to be proud of it, and everyone else is going to be proud of it too. And God forbid anyone, say, oh no, I'm not attracted to someone who's obese, or I don't find it healthy, because now it's like they feel, oh, everyone should love me the way that I am, and everyone should accept me the way that I am. And that's not the case in life ever. But like, people aren't going to accept me because I'm a brunette, or that I'm a girl, or that I have brown eyes, or whatever the thing may be. People aren't going to accept me or like me for many reasons. And so I don't expect everyone to accept me or to think that I'm beautiful or think that I'm amazing, because I know realistically that's just not the case, and it's not going to happen. One of my biggest pet peeves with this movement is that they call themselves body positivity movement. And the thing is that they've twisted what body positivity is supposed to be about and turned it into their own narrative. And I don't agree with that. For me, body positivity is for anyone who has something that they cannot change about themselves, that they did not do to themselves, such as needing an amputation or, having moles all over their body, or whatever the case may be. Maybe they have alopecia and they don't have hair. Certain things that people take for granted that they don't deal with, and people have to live with these things, and they should love themselves no matter what, and they should accept themselves no matter what. And that's really what the body positivity movement is about. And so I don't agree with the fat acceptance movement taking a hold of this and saying, oh, this is all about body positivity. No, because with body positivity, you love yourself no matter what. And just because you're wanting to lose weight, that's not a sign that you don't love yourself. In fact, I feel like that's a sign that you do love yourself. Because anytime that I've disliked myself or felt that, I wasn't worth anything, those were the times that I could care less how I ate or how much I weighed or what my health was like, because I didn't care about myself. So I feel like obesity is a sign of not caring. So a lot of the times, if you tell someone in this movement that they're more likely to get cancer, or they're more likely to get heart disease or diabetes or high blood pressure, they call you fat phobic. And they say, oh, you're just saying that to be mean, or you're just saying that, for whatever reason, and that it's not true. But the case is that science is fact. It is based off of, research, years and years of research. So when people are saying this, they're not saying this to be mean or to be rude. They're saying this because it's true. I'll be like, and you can be obese and healthy. That is true. But the thing is that you are not going to stay healthy. If you're in your 20s and you're obese, look at Amber Lynn Reed. She's in her 20s, she's 500 pounds, and she's still walking around. Now take someone in their 50s at that same weight and at that same height. More than likely they're immobile because their body cannot handle it. More than likely they have high blood pressure, they have diabetes. These things will come over time if you don't treat it now. So the idea that doctors or scientists or the cancer awareness and treatment is somehow against fat people simply because they're fat, no. Lastly, the word obese to the fat acceptance movement has become a trigger word or some evil word that you shall not say. It's like the word that shall not be spoken. And it's like, instead, they coin their own terms such as infinifat and stuff like that, which you can call it whatever you want. It doesn't take away from the fact that you're obese, you're gonna be unhealthy if you aren't already, and you're setting yourself up for years of misery and discomfort, all because you can't get over whatever it is that makes you want to stay obese or that makes you want to stay unhealthy. I've seen the chart. I think I'm skinny fat, if I'm not mistaken. That's what it's called. I'm like, there's nothing skinny about me. Like, you guys, so I don't know. I find it funny a little bit, but so those are my reasons. You guys can let me know what you think. Like I said, it's my opinion. So thank you guys for watching my Thursday Thoughts. I appreciate it. And as always, you are my rays of sunshine. And I love each and every one of you.